Whilst Dragon Metal's here, I'm going to be quickly tearing down a old PlayStation 3 and identifying all the goodies within. Already begun the teardown and removed a load of screws in order to cut down teardown time, so I can better showcase what's inside. I'll be doing a few of these sort of teardowns in order to show where I get my materials. Anytime I get something new worth tearing down, making a video of. Top comes straight off. That's the power supply. Now, should be able to break in now. Plasticky. And screws on the back portion. Doesn't appear to be some force thing. Damn, this thing is really sealed. Oh. Ow. I got it. There we go. Wow, that was really sealed on there. Damn it, there's a screw. I missed a screw, doesn't matter. Just plastic. So, nice power supply board here. Some silver plated pins. Nothing much. Copper. Transformer. Quite a bit of copper in this by the look of it. Some not bad capacitors for 20 volts. High voltage. Might be some tantalum in them. Type of rare metal. More copper here. Massive amount of solder on the bottom. This is likely silver solder as opposed to lead due to the high quality electronics. So likely has a good deal of silver within it. Silver and tin. Small microchips, not too much on there. Mostly copper, silver and tin on the power supply board. Still quite nice. What else we got? Disk drive. Laser. It's probably an aluminium alloy casing. Could be steel. Nope, it's aluminium. Does sound like steel though. Could be wrong. That or it's stainless underneath the coating. Does seem kind of unlikely. Ooh, magnet. There's a magnet on top of the disc holder. Neodymium magnet. Nice. Wow, lots of plastic on this thing. It's extremely plasticky. Wow. Is there any need of this much plastic? Screw. More hidden screws. No. Ribbon cable. Plated with gold. What the hell? Look at that. Plated with gold on the tips. Not silver as usual. Same on the smaller connector. That's a nice find. Well, some gold plated connector there. Gold plated ribbon cable. I have to separate that from the rest of this stuff. Metal. No point throwing anything like that. That's why I'm salvaging these things. Massive amount of plastic. Although that could probably be useful if you had a 3D printer and the ability to turn the plastic into ABS chips. Just get this disc dry out. Okay, got a stepper motor here, there's copper inside that, strangely gold plated connector by there, high quality. What about this ribbon cable? Find out. Yep, that ribbon cable too is plated in gold, as are these connectors. Quite a bit of copper in this laser, as you can see. Some neodymium magnets either side, they're useful. Another motor by here, some copper in that, as well as the laser diode within. Many DIY projects for them. CNC cutting machines and such. Powered by Arduino. Basically a kid's electronic project. Easy enough to do. Screws. Just take them off. It would have been in a really difficult to reach position, so I just snapped the plastic off. Save screwing around, literally. Some tactile switches, momentary switches there. A little bit of copper on that board. No solder, hardly any. Tiny little thing. Got some gears here. These are quite useful. Always useful. Especially from low control stuff. Gearboxes. Springs. Some springs here. Worth keeping. Anything else on there? Okay, what else we got? The touch pad thingy from the PlayStation. See what's in there. Don't think it's mine, but we'll see. Probably a solid PCB. Some conductive switches. Yeah, I was right. No, they are tactiles. Very small SMD versions. May or may not be gold plated. And we have another gold plated ribbon cable at the top. Shiny, see that? So I've got a little pile of gold plated ribbon cable here so far. Some more gold plating on this connector, extremely hard to see due to its incredible tininess. That could be recovered with acid. Massive fan block here. That'll have copper inside that fan, naturally. See if I can get it off the top. It's going to take some more work to get that off the coil. Large heatsink here. There's copper in that. Just get this main board out. There appears to be a screw around the back. Want that. Ooh, wireless connectors. Gold plated on the ends. See them? These connectors are gold plated for the aerials for Wi-Fi. What the hell's that screw? Cables just fall out, as well as the mains connector. Looks silver plated. Probably. Some last screws over by here. Got sneaky screw. That's a lot of plastic. Some more aluminium alloy here. Right, this large heatsink section will probably be more difficult to remove than suspected. Quite a bit of aluminium in there as well on the heatsink fans. Right, lots of big screws on the bottom here. Much aluminium alloy. This probably be for that fan, the heatsink, and where the fan just was. These are some bizarre shaped screws. Look at that. That's a screw. Barrel screw. Weird. Not much thread on them. It's coming off yet. Looks like a bit of leverage, maybe. Oh, yeah. There might be more. I think I'll take off all the rest. Probably a good idea. As it seems to be extremely screwy. Is there any need? Not even sure this would go faster if I was using an electric screwdriver, which would constantly be changing screwdriver tips anyway. Right, ooh, nice chunk of aluminium alloy. That's probably the stuff that has some copper within it. Well, we have the main board here. Just being released. This is where most of the good stuff is. As you can see, all the copper traces here on the edges. We have quite a bit of silver solder, obviously. These chips also contain small amounts of gold. We have palladium inside of the MLCCs here. See these brown things? They're MLCCs. That's where the palladium is. Not much, around 2%. But if you have a couple of 100 grams, that can be a couple of grams of palladium, which is about $100 worth. So, worth collecting. Gold plating connectors on most of these, like the AV connector and the HDMI. These all have gold plated connectors within them. See that there? I'll take pictures of all these and post them in the thumbnail afterwards. Show you where all the good stuff is. I got heatsink paste on me there. It's from the other side. What else we got? These here. These black blocks contain small amounts of tantalum metal. An extremely high temperature melted metal. Sort of like tungsten, I guess. Have some other stuff on there. Lots of small chips. Fuse. Right, let's check the good side. I have a lithium battery here, good for lithium, and they're also plated with silver. Fuses, more capacitors, good for aluminium recovery. That's a wireless transmitter. There's probably some more chips and stuff underneath there. Try and break that off the shield. There we go. Yep, I was right. As well as a tiny gold plated timing crystal in the bottom corner there. There's a small amount of gold on them. Got a buzzer, piezoelectric buzzer. Next to that, the two wireless connectors for the Wi-Fi. These are also gold plated. Quite a bit of dust in this. Dusty. More gold inside of this flat chip here. See that? The one with the ceramic sort of plastic case, that can be broken off. There's usually gold wire straight away underneath. Here we have the graphics chip and the emotion chip. This is the emotion chip. There's a lot of gold in here. That's where most of the gold inside this board would be located. The rest would be in this chip and the smaller chips elsewhere. So see if we can get that off, and if it's got pins, might not. Nope. Seems to be welded to the board. Yes, from behind. There are no pins on that, otherwise it would just pop off. Same on this one, I assume. Yep. These are giant metal heat sinks, these parts. They could be gold plated underneath. In fact, they most probably are. Increased conductivity. We have some USB connectors here. See the gold on them? Small amount of plating. These things contain copper, inducers, more tantalum and palladium. See in that row? These black ones, tantalum, brown ones, palladium. So there's quite a bit in this PlayStation 3. Lots of copper. Board is quite light for what I expected. And we have this large heatsink unit here, which I'm having difficulty removing due to its fiddliness. There are also a screw that I've missed. That'll probably have a bearing on that. There's a few on here though. Oh man. Wow. Stuff screws. You get them. Oh my god, there's another one. Wow. And another one. Stuff screws all over the place. Where'd it go? See. Non-obvious screwing places. You do get them. Well, I'll release that. Another chunk of metal here. This is probably more alloy. And we have a large fan unit here. Well, there should be a lot of copper within this. Need to break off this bottom plate, which is that screwed in place or not? Not sure. Doesn't look like. But I'll post the results in a thumbnail. Oh, never mind. It should come off. There's the copper. See that? Copper pipe. And an aluminium heatsink, all very shiny and nice. So, teardown completed. Wow, sweet. We got that there. Large board, power supply, lots of screws, fan, and a disk drive. So quite a bit of salvage. Mostly low levels of gold and silver solder and some tin. Plus an amount of copper, so a bit of everything in fact. Well, till next time.